Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to another exciting episode of Channel X, the only show on Thursdays that starts the weekend early. I am your host, Tom Dog 247. As always, I'm Tom Dog all day and Tom Dog all night. Oh, baby, all right. So, yeah, we are here, folks. We are here. The boat of broadcasting. There we go. That's what it says. That's what it says right here, right in that spot, right there. And yeah, we're going to have fun here today because, you know what, we are part three of Nintendo Month because we're just, what are we? We are just 2 weeks away from the from the announcement of the Switch 2, more information on the Switch 2 and, what the specs are going to be, maybe what the price will be, what games might be coming out for it. And that's what we're here for. That's what we're here. We covered the specs. We covered, we covered this, we covered what kind of, predictions of what kind of specs that they were going to be, uh what we might be anticipating. Uh Talked about what um what the price would be satisfactory. Um and some other features and everything, as well as the games. You can't have a Switch console. You can't have a new console without some games. And last week it was all about Mario. This week it's all about the secondaries. It's all about the other guys. The ones that we're talking about. These guys right there. Like Kirby, Falcon, Fox, Donkey Kong, Link, maybe a little Pikachu here and there. You know, all those characters you know that are under the Nintendo belt that isn't Mario. You know, what could we see from these other popular Nintendo characters? And that's what we're going to hear. That's what we're here for today, is to find out, is to make my prediction of what other games that we would like to see that doesn't star Mario. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting show. We'll talk more about it in just a few minutes, but we got some business to do. Starting off with the shout outs and, of course, the plugs and everything like that. So, um, big shout out to the Darkening Podcast Network. You guys are doing amazing. Leo, the gang, had a great show this week over on Splash Pages. Awesome show. It's always awesome, and I say it every week. And if you love comic books, definitely worth checking them out on a Tuesday night because they are amazing. These guys are really, really amazing. So go ahead and check them out. Also, um, big shout out to Carrie, Raz, Friday, and everybody over at the Owl Light Network. Also doing amazing shows as well too. Check them out. Um, Big show to watch on there is, of course, Uncle Necro's Tomb of the Terrible. Review some really some movies. And this week I was on there, and we were reviewing Play Dead. And so yeah, it was a pretty good review and everything. So go ahead and check that out. It's already up on the channel already. So yeah, give that a look see. Um yeah. And of course, Retro Red Octopus. We can't forget about those guys over at Retro Red Octopus over on YouTube as well too. Um, they're part of the Dorkening Podcast Network. Steve Van Samson and the gang always having a wonderful show and everything like that, and it's really, really cool. So yeah, check them out. They're awesome. Also, big shout out to Melly Playful and Tengu over at Melly Playful and Tengu over on YouTube. If you like watching people play video games, then Melly Playful and Tengu are the ones for you. Check them out, and you'll enjoy watching them play your favorite video games, and you'll have a good time doing so as well too. So yeah, check them out. And this episode is brought to you by. Oh, I gotta fix something here because um, I was on. I was checking to see on uh, on something, and my promo code got updated. So yeah, and you're probably wondering, what am I talking about? Promo code? What promo code? The W Energy. And what is W Energy? It's an energy supplement that has no sugar, no artificial colors, flavors, or dyes, and zero chances of you getting a game over. So if you don't want your game to get over, go to w.gg right now, use that promo code BRILL, and you'll be able to save 30%. That's right, 30%, not 10, as I thought it was going to be, but it's going to be 30% off of your purchase. So use that promo code BRILL on the checkout and save 30% today on your purchase at the checkout, and yeah, you'll be able to save even more money. So yeah, definitely take advantage of this offer because you won't get this offer, can't get this offer anywhere else. And so yeah, all this, I don't know when it got updated to 30%, but yeah, it's now 30%. So yeah, I'm going to look at that periodically and see if it made any updates. But as of right now, it is 30% off of your purchase. And you just go to w.gg today and use that promo code BRILL at the checkout. And you'll be glad you did. And where is... Here we go. There we go. Chat is open. Don't forget that. So, yeah. Okay, so this here is our, as I said early at the beginning of the show, the Nintendo month. So, like I said, if you're just popping in, checking it out, yeah, this is a really big deal because this right here is, you know, April the 2nd is the announcement of the of the tra- of the Switch 2. And we're going to find out more about it. Like I said, like the specs and everything like that, what it would be consisting of and everything. And so yeah, and since we talked about it at the on part one, and then last week we took care of you know Mario titles and everything like that. So this week I figured, why not talk about the other characters that we didn't mention. You see them on your screen. Like Kirby and Link and Falcon Fox and Donkey Kong and Pikachu. Yeah, those guys. Those guys that don't get enough attention as they should, because they're just as popular as Mario is and everything like that. And you know they're beloved in in some fashion and everything like that. And we love playing the games. And with the Nintendo Switch Online, that we touched base on it, and so who knows? It is possible that we could probably see some more um, when it comes to that. Um, so I'm only looking at the Nintendo's other IPs that are that you can play on their consoles and everything like that. And so yeah, third party is next week. We're going to tackle third party next week and everything. So yeah, and so yeah, it's going to be really interesting. And that's the show that you might want to check out. Also, too, also before I forget that, and this is a warning, and I'm just letting everybody know that all the stuff that I'm saying in this episode has not been confirmed. Can't stress this enough. That so don't think of this video as clickbait and everything. These are just my personal predictions and opinions on what I would like to see in this game. I'm not in, I've never been into clickbait. You've seen my other videos in the past. I'm not into that stuff and everything like that because clickbaiting is not one of the not one of my strong suits and everything like that, and I have no intention on doing that and bullshitting my audience. So if you're looking for clickbait, you won't find it here because I I give you nothing but the truth and everything, or at least I try to. But anyways, if I say something wrong, I own up to my mistakes, and I've already done that already. So with my other show, and we don't need to talk about that anymore because that's scrapped out. That's old news, and we don't need to address that. So, but when it comes to video games and everything like that, you won't see any clickbait or conspiracy theories and everything like that. What you'll see is 100% theories, 100% theories and predictions on what games I would like to see, and whatever games that you have, that you would like to see on the Switch. By all means, I got the chat room open. The chat room is open. Come on and comment. But if you missed the shit, you missed the show and everything, and you're catching this on a later date and everything, leave it in the comment section. I would love to hear, excuse me. I I would love to hear what you have to say on what games that you would like to see on the Switch too. But just keep in mind that we're talking about Nintendo IPs, not third parties. We're going to tackle that next week and pretty much close it out. And so yeah, and so with that being said, let's get on with the show. And just want to make sure. One second. Okay. So yeah. Um. So yeah, that. So just giving out that warning. That's what I'm doing. And so there we go. My ears itchy again. I hate it when my ears itchy. It's annoying. It bothers me. So okay. Now I love Animal Crossing, and I'm sure that you know I'm not the only one. And as a matter of fact, I'm starting with Animal Crossing first because of the fact that it marks the 5-year anniversary, or uh, just celebrated its 5 year anniversary of Animal Crossing, and it came in just at the right time when um when when COVID hit and everything, and everybody was stuck in their house, and the game came out just at the right time, when everybody when everything was in lockdown, and so yeah, this was a really big deal. Um, so yeah, this was a really big deal. So so I got my, of course, and I still have my copy. I still have my copy because, um, like I said, this game came, Animal Crossing New Horizons, you know, was a huge hit. Was a huge hit, especially when everybody was, was stuck at home with COVID and everything like that, and during the during the the pandemic and everything like that, and everybody was pretty much stuck in their house, and it was a stressful time, and we don't need to talk about that because there's a lot of it was a shitty year. But the only thing that kept me going was, even during the bad times, that in my even in my personal life, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Um, that this game right here was a like I said, came out at the right time and everything, and it was a good game. Very good. And Animal Crossing, especially in New Horizons, where you could do stuff that you couldn't do in any other Animal Crossing game, and people are still playing it and being creative. Me personally, I haven't played it that much, and I'm kind of neglecting it at times, because of other games that I'm playing, and it does suck, but I'm never going to get rid of it because of the fact that, um, that game holds a significant value to me, and everything, and yeah, being able to, and I have no intentions on doing anything about it. So, but yeah, I love the game, and so with with that with that said, with the Switch 2 coming out, we've actually had, um, with the exception of the Wii U, we've always had, um, a new Animal Crossing game. Um, and I think that it's time that, with the 5 year anniversary and everything, I think it's appropriate that we give it, that Animal Crossing gets a new game. And yeah, and since, we haven't, they've done all the updates from the from the, from the, within the 5 years, and the last update was, of course, the, about couple of years ago, when they did the whole, um, they introduced a new island and some other new islands and everything like that, and what have you. And it was really cool. And they brought in the Happy Home, um, Academy in there, so yeah, it was pretty cool. And um, you got the design, you know, bringing people on your island, on their islands, and give them some summer homes and everything like that. So it was pretty cool. And we get to see, I get to have a party on the beach and everything like that. On sometimes with DJ KK, and it's always such a great time. It's always a great feeling and everything. So it's only fitting that, like I said, that with the Switch 2, I think it's only fair that we get it, give it a new game, and maybe update from New Horizons and make it um a whole new Animal Crossing game. And aside from doing the Happy Home and doing the and some other activities that you can do, why not open up the city? Why not expand more? And you know, I don't know if they would do go with New Horizons. I mean, not like New Horizons 2, but maybe um Newer Horizons or something. Something cheesy instead of, because they've had Animal Crossing, Animal Crossing Wild World, um, Animal Crossing City Folk, and of course New Horizons. So, and then you got the Camping Pocket and everything. Um, but why not bring some of that stuff back? Like, go to the city, but do more with it. And you know, still keep it like they did with New Horizons, but also, you know, make even more, be able to customize even more stuff, because I mean, let's face it, this game is going to be powerful. The system's going to be a little bit powerful than the regular Switch. I mean, we've seen it, with the Mario Kart um demo that they showed in the game, that they're going to have, it looks like they're going to have more racers. So, and if the specs are going to be a little bit, if the and if there's other specs that they're going to have, when it comes to like the graphics and everything, why wouldn't you expand even more? And and yeah, I think make a bigger upgrade, instead of just having like actual, instead of having, you can have your own island, but also, you know have the island is as big as you want it, like expand the island a little bit more. And so you can add, not just you know like houses and other stuff, like maybe some like buildings and other cool stuff, and, like shops, like kind of like what they there was oh yeah, New Leaf was the other one, kind of like what New Leaf did, but make it even more like that, you know because that one was awesome. New Leaf was awesome, but they could do more. They can literally do more with it. And so yeah, I think that this would be really, really amazing. So why not? I wouldn't, of course I would get it. I would get it. And so yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, a new Animal Crossing game I think is in the horizon. So we'll see. Um, Kirby, Kirby, you know, we've had we've had a new Kirby game with the Switch, which was of course Forbidden World. and that one was a good game. It was really cool, and I think that we can. I think Kirby can do more. Um, I think that that would be really cool. Um, I don't know what we can, I don't know what Adventure Kirby could do. Um, besides that, but I think a new Kirby game. I'm not talking about like a remaster, like bringing back some of their their older titles, but like make it even more. Instead of maybe and they kind of hinted that um with Forbidden Worlds is that um they kind of made it into like a 3D platformer. Probably do it again with this one, with this new Kirby Adventure, and yeah, I like, even if they bring back the original specs with that, I think that that would be really cool. Um, and who knows, maybe some other ones as well too. So yeah, and I think that that would be really cool. That because I love Kirby. I love Kirby. Kirby's awesome, and Forbidden Worlds was awesome, and I loved it, and so yeah, and Kirby, you know Kirby's such a beloved character. I think that Kirby. Um, I'm sure that there will be another adventure in the Horizon. So who knows? Who knows what the future will hold? So yeah, I would like to see another Kirby game. Eh, you can't have a Switch console without Link. Yeah, and with the success of Breath of the Wild and the success with Tears of the Kingdom, one of my personal favorite Link um, Zelda adventures, I think it's time that we get another Legend of Zelda title. Even though, um, and I think that Tears of the Kingdom could be expanded upon, but not have a Tears of the Kingdom, because Tears of the Kingdom, we don't need to change anything from that. That was an awesome game, and you can't take nothing away from that. But maybe get a follow up to that, and hopefully we get to see another adventure. Only this time, not only could you play as Link, but you can also play as Zelda. Now, they almost hinted at that with what was that? And the game just came out last year. Oh, you know what? Let's see. Echoes of Wisdom. I think, but that one you only played. You did kind of play as Link, but it was just like an echo and everything. But or like a special ability. But in this one, you have an option. You have an option to play as Zelda or as Link, but keep it in the same universe as Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I think that that'll be a lot of fun for the fans, and it would be it would be really really cool. Um, have that option, have that option, and and you get the of course you get the face scan, you fight Ganon at the end and everything like that because let's face it, there's always going to be something, you know, but always keep it in the same universe and everything. I think that would be really really cool, and maybe a sequel, a direct sequel to Tears of the Kingdom, where um it's years down the road, it's like years later and everything is all rebuilt. It doesn't look like everything's damaged and everything like that. Just keep it like that, and then you know, and do whatever. And I think that that would be really cool. And who knows what could happen and everything. And I think that but nonetheless, it would be an interesting story, nonetheless. And you know, but we'll see because Tears of the Kingdom, that was a big game. That was a big game, especially if and that map was huge. That map was pretty huge. It was just an updated map from Breath of the Wild, and you know, but nonetheless, it was pretty cool, and especially with the with the feat with the abilities that you can do and everything that made your adventure even more really cool. And I think that they can continue moving forward with that and make it even more interesting. Plus, also give me a chance to use my amiibo again and everything like that. But yeah, I think that that would be really cool. Um, so yeah, got to have a new Link adventure, and a new Zelda adventure. You got to, you got to, and no bringing back some of the. But if you do bring back some of the old classics and everything, bring back bring um, a Link Between Worlds. It was really cool on the 3DS. Why not bring that for the Switch consoles? I think that would be really cool. And this way here you can use those same graphics and also bring back Link to the Past. So, but yeah. So, I mean, of course, there's going to be some other Zelda titles as well too. So, who knows? But nonetheless, let's make that happen. Let's make it happen. Um, but if you're gonna make a new Zelda title, a new adventure, and everything like that, use the same um, graphics, only updated, of course, but use the same graphics as they used for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. It would make a lot of sense. Um, Donkey Kong. Um, I know they brought back, of course, they brought back Donkey Kong Returns with the HD um, remaster. Um, that was really good, and but I think it's time now we that Donkey Kong comes back with a whole new adventure. I'm not talking about with Mario versus Donkey Kong. That of course those games are that game was actually pretty good, but it's pretty much basically a remaster from their times during the Game Boy. But I want to see, I want to see um, a new adventure. Kind of like what they did with Donkey Kong Returns or Donkey Kong Country Returns, but a whole new adventure. Regardless if you want to do 3D like they did in Donkey Kong 64 or what they did with Donkey Kong Country, nonetheless, let's get a new adventure. We need to have a new adventure, and whether you want to, and of course, bring back King K. Rool and King K. Rool, and so yeah, definitely, definitely, we need it. We need a new Donkey Kong adventure, and you know, and who knows? They can do so much. They can do so much, and with the specs of the new Switch, they can do so much. They can do so much and make it look nice and make the game look nice too. They really can. Regardless if you do it like a 2D side scroller or a 3D action platformer like they did um like in Donkey Kong 64. You know, let's let's do something, and yeah, I think a lot of the fans would definitely love that, and they can make it work and everything. They really can, and so yeah, it'll be a lot of fun too because just don't bring back that Donkey Kong bongo thing with the bongo controller. That was I don't know that game was awful. That game I think it was Donkey Konga or something like that. I don't know, but it was stupid. It was so dumb. You just bang on bongos and everything like that. It was just like, ugh, it was stupid. But take advantage of like even take advantage of the motion controls. If you want to go like this, at least use the Joy Cons to do that. I think that would be really fun. You know, where you get to be Donkey Kong and just be like in this and just smack them around. Smack around. I think that would be really cool. I think it would be really fun if you did it like that. And Donkey Kong has got to save his friends. So I think that would be really cool. I mean, we need Donkey Kong. Let's face it, we need him. um, this next one I'm kind of cheating a little bit because we're gonna because we there is going to be that Pokemon game coming out later this year, and even though that's going to be like an update to Pokemon X and Y, I just think this is like continuing where that story took place and everything. But I want to see, of course, it's kind of a no-brainer that they're probably going to come up with, and then of course they got that um the other Pokemon stuff coming out um later this year, and that's also going to be pretty cool. But with the success of there was with Scarlet and Violet, I think it's time. I think I want to I want to be surprised if there was a new Pokemon adventure for, like that with for the Switch too. Only this time, with the like I said, with everything updated and everything like that, this is going to be amazing. You know, the Pokemon will stand out more. The scenery could even stand out more because I mean, even though I do like Scarlet and Violet, let's face it, it was too open and the scenery was not good to look at. Let's be real, folks. I mean, I did like the game. It had a really good story. It's just that this just the scenery was too open and it wasn't. It was meh. I think we need more of we need more scenery in this one, especially you know if you're going to like a gym and everything like that, or a city. The city was just underwhelming. The cities were too small. Let's put it that way. The cities were too small, and that's why Sword and Shield was still holds up because there was a lot going on, and that there was a lot going on, and the scenery was a hell of a lot better. And but yeah, I think that I think it would be time that we could see that happen and everything. I think we could. I don't see why they would. I mean, it's painfully obvious that we're going to see another Pokemon adventure. So, question is where? Question that's a real question. We don't know where. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it and everything like that. So yeah. So who knows? I'm not gonna put Metroid on there because I'm sure we're gonna get Metroid because the fact that we do know that Metroid Prime 4 is coming out. We don't know when, and I'm sure that there's going to be you get to port that over to the and of course you'll be able to port that over to the Switch too. So as far as another Metroid adventure, I don't think we're going to see that for a while. So I'm not even including that game. I'm not even including uh, that on the list because that we do know the game is coming out. We just don't know when. Actually, I think we do. I think it's coming out later this year. I think. There we go. So yeah, but there is one other character that that needs to make a comeback. Um, actually, two. Well, there's more, but Fox McCloud. It's been so long. The last time we've had a Star Fox game was back in the GameCube. And I'm not talking about like the port. I know there was probably like a portable Star Fox game, but that was just that was just like you know a remaster. Um, there was just a port of their classic games porting over to the and I think there was like another one too. But I think with the new tech with the new specs and everything like that, I think it's time that we um, join you know, be reunited with Fox McCloud and his crew, and do another barrel roll. Only this time in high def or in 4K. I think that would be really interesting. I think it's time. It's really time that we get to do that because we haven't seen, like I said, we haven't seen a full fledged Star Fox title in a really long time. And, you know, I think Fox McCloud needs to make a comeback. And I think a lot of fans of the Star Fox series would love that. I personally love Star Fox 64, but I would like to see more. I would like to see more of it. And with the technology that they're going to have with this new Switch console, I think that that would be a really good Star Fox title. I think it really would be. So yeah. Um, another another game that we haven't seen, you know, in a while, kind of, and that is F-Zero. Just like Star Fox, we haven't seen an F-Zero title since F-Zero GX for the GameCube. And yeah, we need a new um we need a new um F-Zero game. We do. If if the new Mario Kart game is going to have up to 24 players or drivers rather, F-Zero can do the same thing. And with the graphics and everything like that, how could you not how could you not and the maps that they have on F on Mario Kart 8, for example, um, Mute City. That's friggin' awesome. Why not put Mute City or and all those other popular locations into to an F-Zero game? I think that that'll be fun. It'll be fun for the players and for the fans. And I love racing games, and F Zero is one of my personal favorites. I played every one of them, and I love it. And you know, F Zero X happens to be my when they came out with the 64, it was awesome. And yeah, I think we need to see a new one. I think we need to see a new adventure, a new racing game with with uh, with Falcon and all the others. And it would just be so awesome, and plus also with the new, with this new console, and the graphics and everything. Oh, it's just gonna look so beautiful. It's gonna look so beautiful. It would. It would just be it'll be so beautiful. It will be so amazing to look at, with the visuals and everything like that. It would be really cool. Why not? It's time. It's time that we were we were disappointed that we didn't get an F-Zero title in in the Switch. We've had F-Zero 99, which to me that doesn't count, but make this an actual title. Make a new F-Zero game. You know, I think that is something that the fans of F-Zero deserve. We need to have it. We do. We need to have it. So yeah. Um, Kid Icarus. We haven't had a new Kid Icarus game since Uprising, and that was only for the 3DS. And we need a new one. We need a new game. Fans um, who loved um, that 3D Kid Icarus game, how amazing would it be if saw a new one, new adventure on the Switch too, and bring back Pit? I mean, he's had he Kid Icarus hasn't had um a lot of games under their belt, you know. But I think with this new Switch console, it would do good. It will do good, and especially those visuals. I mean, you want to talk about visuals in in an NES game. What we saw in Uprising, that was good. I mean, those were some good. Um, Scenery was actually really decent for the for the that was really decent. You know, at the time that it was great to look at. Why not? Oh, excuse me. Why not bring Pitt and bring that over to the Switch too. I think that would be really cool. Plus having, plus seeing um Eggplant Wizard and you know, dude, that would be amazing. It really would. The visuals, the action, it would kind of play like Devil May Cry, I think. Um it will in Pit can really pull it, and Kid Icarus would look really cool. It really would. So who knows? Um uh Punch Out. We haven't had a new Punch Out game since we haven't had a new Punch Out game since the Wii. And even though even you know since then we haven't had a we've had Punch Out, Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Um, we've had Super Punch Out, and then we had Punch Out. So yeah, I think it's time that we you know we get another one. We get another Punch Out, and plus also with the Joy-Con, with the motion controls. Of course, that's still going to be a thing. Why not make it even more? Make it more hands-on and everything. I think that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Plus, also, I got to see King Hippo one more time. Right over back. So yeah, I think it's time that Little Mac comes out of retirement and puts on another performance. So, I think there's one more. One more. Why not bring Duck Hunt? I don't know, or Hogan's Alley. Who knows? I'm just messing. Those are just like me not making any sense because I'm looking at the time, and I should probably call it a night. And but yeah, um, yeah, those are pretty much the titles I would like to see uh come out to the Switch too. So yeah, with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in for this evening. Be sure to follow me on Blue Sky at TomDog247. If you missed any of tonight's episode, you can check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Comment down below which Nintendo IP would you like to see on the Switch too? Let us know in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you oh yeah, I already did that. Ringy dingy that bell to stay notified on what I'm going to be doing next. And be sure to support small streamers like myself by doing the most important thing that you can do for us small streamers like myself, and we'll love you forever. We'll love you more than I don't know. We'll love you. We'll love you more than all those other games I mentioned all together, and we'll love you more than all those combined. And that is, but you got to do this one thing. Got to do this one thing, even if you don't leave a comment or give this video a thumbs up. It's okay. You don't even have to ring the bell if you don't want to. But there's one thing you got to do, and it's very important, and that is face hug that subscribe button. We will see you all here again next week. Same Tom Dog time, same Tom Dog channel X. And next week, like I said, this is going to be really good. It's going to be really good. It's our part 4 of Nintendo Month, and it's going to be the third party. Yeah, we're gonna get third party involved here and everything. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. We're gonna have a fun time with it. Um, so yeah, Nintendo Month is almost over, and so yeah, it's gonna be really cool. Tomorrow night, don't forget, is the original Wrestling Prime, and Sunday is going to be will be a special Sunday episode of Wrestling Prime Elite. So yeah, be on the lookout for that because there's going to be two AEW shows. One's going to be on Saturday and the other's going to be on Sunday. So I figured breakout cover both of them on Sunday. So yeah, it's going to be our special Sunday episode of Wrestling Prime Elite. So be on the lookout for that. So with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in. See you tomorrow night with Wrestling Prime Classic. Until then, this is Tom Dog saying take care. So long. Peace. Have a good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night.